Hello,
Hi,
I'm
Gita.
audible?
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So we are live. So welcome to APG Live, guys. So today we have Ms. Gitanjali, our admissions manager and our team lead, and we have Mr. Rahul Dhanda. He is a registered migration agent and an expert for skill migration and employer sponsorship. And we have Ms. Ishrat as well. Ms. Ishrat Jahan. She is a senior student counselor. So
How is everything going, Usman and Rahul?
Yeah, going good. Just waiting for the audience to come in and ask some questions.
I
yes,
think they
I
must
think
be bored in their train right now.
We are
It's
not able.
evening time now. They must be just coming out and slowly,
yes.
So I think
slowly.
that's this
Yeah.
is the best time where they can sitting in the train can ask
Yeah,
some
I think
question. They
Ishad, you
can
should change
enjoy
the
our
name.
live timing.
There's a yeah, yeah. I think this is that's why we changed it to 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. So most people can join us, and I think this is people more available and on a train getting bored. So I think this is a good time to increase your knowledge about PR process and everything. Yeah, yeah. Ishad, you can change the name. You can add your name to the Zoom. Yeah, in the settings. Yeah, Gita, we cannot hear you. Rahul, can you hear Gita?
No, I cannot.
Yeah. So guys, anyone, so in the meanwhile, while we're sorting these technical issues out, so uh, anyone who's listening to us, if you have any questions, feel free to ask us or anything about education, PR, migration, anything at all. Just reach out to us. We are right there. Now, okay, Rahul. So, okay, so Rahul, tell me something because I got these two queries today and same problem for two students. So the problem was their agents, they applied for the student visa. So basically, someone's 485 was expiring.
Yes.
Okay, and the agent, their own agent recommended them to go overseas, apply the student visa, and they came back to Australia and then they applied the bridging visa A. Now, when they applied the bridging visa A, the agent told them that they'll be allowed to apply for the appeal if they were refused. So, so please, can you have any opinion on that? Is it possible?
For it's not possible because it's a thumb rule. Like whatever the visa will be lodging offshore, you will not get a review right. So the only you can only go for the appeal if your visa was lodged while on shore. Because, like, let's say if it would be possible, just as a common sense, so anyone who is applying from India, Pakistan, and student visa holders, they never been to Australia, they all will be allowed to
Exactly.
apply for the.
Very true. Very true. Very true.
So that's why I
Yes.
think department doesn't allow it, just to reduce their workload. And if they cannot allow it as
Yeah, no, but Rahul, but now then that starts another question. Like, if that's the case, then what would we recommend them? Like for this person, what would you recommend? Like because they have only option from what I can see, like medical visa, which is very hard nowadays because you can't just apply just like that as
yeah,
before. You have to have a very good reason, otherwise it make your application invalid. So that's another
yes.
factor. So you can't just throw away the whole profile, or the other option is the protection visa. But protection visa means that you have to have a valid
They
reason
must have a
claim.
genuine threat in their
Correct.
home country and all.
Exactly. And if you applied that, you don't want to risk that kind of
Basically, they are
situation.
ended up with the options. Only option they can, like, if they can find a sponsor during this time and can apply for that visa as well. But they will have only few days left on their current bridging visa A. It might be expiring within 28 or 35 days.
True, true. Okay, so Rahul, we have
And
a question.
again, yes, yeah.
Yeah. So, Mr. one second. I think Mr. Askari, he's asking basically, I hope you're doing great. I have a question for 491. What are the required points for ECT in Perth or any state? Which state is better? So basically, early childhood teaching. And how many points would you need for
So there
491?
are for his name is Ali or Asghar or something. I
It's
didn't get
basically
his name, but
Askari.
Asghar.
Mohammed Askari. Yeah.
So better I will call him
I have a
Mohammed. So
feeling I
Mohammed,
know
so
him
like there
somehow.
is a
Yes.
there is no specific points requirement as long as you have a 50 points and you are able to lodge your EOI. So the points will be, but apart from that, every state has their own requirements. So it depends. Like if you are in New South Wales right now, you can definitely submit your EOI. But if you are living in New South Wales and applying from somewhere like Victoria, you won't be able to do it. But if you are in Victoria, so
Hello.
I can hear
migration
you.
program is already closed for this year. That's another update I want to give to all listeners. So all Victoria is not accepting new ROIs. They have already closed their program. And for Tasmania, they have their own set criteria. So basically, just to sum up this question, there is no specific points requirement as long as you have a 50 points minimum, including 15 state points. So you have 65 points. So you will be able to lodge your EOI and ROI depends on the which state you are.
Yeah. But I'll just add one more thing to it. But I think that's like we should not always look at the minimum points. We should always look at
Yes.
your potential, like what
Experience,
is your
other
exactly.
factors. Yeah.
So if you can get to 75 or 80, then do it. Because a lot of people, what they've done
Yeah.
is, I've seen a lot of people say that, oh, early childhood is coming at 70, I have 70 already, why bother? I'm like, bro, you can
Yeah.
get 80 each. Yes, I can. Then just do it. Why wait for it? Right. So that's the
And
thing.
in
And
2022, like if you may have met so many people like whose Nati just got expired and 35,000 people got invited all of a sudden.
oh yes,
And
I do
number of
remind me
people
that
have
time.
missed it just because of this
I had
mentality. Like they
10
didn't
clients
take that. Yes.
I had
Yes.
10 clients who missed out because of that one reason, because they never bothered to update it because they were so demotivated at that time because the invites were very tough
So
and they thought that
yeah.
if we apply, we're not going to get anything anyway. So some people did not even apply. Some people who had
Yes.
already gotten an assessment expired or whatever, so they were kind of hopeless at that time because they got the invite but they can't use it now. Now, okay, just one more question we have from I think I can see the name is Harv, probably Harvinder, Harv, Australia. He's saying, I have applied PR a year ago with network engineer, 90 points. What's the future of PR in IT be like? So, Harv, just confirming, like when you say apply, you
क्या
mean
कह रही है जरा
EOI
देख
or
लो
you're
कि
talking
मैं
about the
उसको
visa
एंटरटेन
application?
नहीं कर देखो वो क्या कह रही है मैं
So, yeah,
समझ नहीं पा रही
Gitanjali, we can hear you. So I think
yeah,
you can
Geeta,
mute yourself.
Okay.
supposedly you're, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the only question, so the main question is like, Harv, are you on the, if you could comment, like, have you already applied for the visa or just the EOI? So it depends on that.
And
All right.
IT
So
accounting, there will be like always. It's not like we can or anyone can predict when they're going to be out of the list because IT is growing. So even like ACS has also introduced 10 new occupation as well. So definitely they will be added at one point into the skilled occupation list.
true.
So the
Very good.
things will be always be active. So whatever you have done, so anyone is doing, they should not lose the hope. There is always a chance. And I was looking at the ACT round yesterday, which happened on 23rd of April. Number of the very odd occupation like a first aid service officer, that kind of people got invitation from the Canberra as well. So
Really? Okay.
if you are, my advice will be to anyone who is listening. So if you have a skill assessment and you are able to lodge, you have a minimum point, please submit your EOI. That's the minimum you can do
Yep.
for yourself.
True. So I think uh, okay. So in terms of okay. So anyways, in terms of Gitanjali, do you need to add any
Yeah.
interesting cases you've come across? Anything you want to discuss or inform the
Yeah.
audience about?
Sorry, I was a bit distracted. I think something happened with our headphones today. So yeah, actually nowadays the major of the inquiries that I am receiving from some of the student is in regards to their civil construction design course, because I think most of the students who are pursuing this advanced diploma of civil construction design, whatever the changes have been recommended by Engineers Australia in last September 2024 in order for their skill assessment. So yeah, they are a bit worried that what kind of pathways they should choose so that whatever their time and study they have completed till now, it's not going in vain. So what will be your say on this, Rahul, for their
There are,
CDR and everything?
yes, if they have only like advanced diploma civil construction design and they are applying with the CDR pathway, number of people are getting the negative outcome. But if anyone who has previous studies such as diploma of civil engineering or diploma of engineering or something, so they can go for their assessment, and as long as their CDR is covering all the aspects, so they can get a positive assessment. We have also got an update from the Engineer Australia, so they are getting the query related to this, and they have
Mm-hmm.
also mentioned like as long as your CDR with your diploma of civil engineering and advanced diploma of civil engineering, you can hope for the
Yeah,
positive skill assessment, but that will be assessed case to case.
that's nice. And I would just like to welcome again
For the
Ishrat. I
but
know
for
you were.
485 they can go. That's the another thing,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
people are
Rahul.
thinking like if they are not able to get the skill assessment they cannot go for the 485. So this is not the case. You
Mm-hmm.
can still go for your 485 if you have completed one diploma of civil construction and engineering course. So you can get
Okay.
your PSA done from the VETSS and then you can apply for the 485.
Okay. So guys, we have a question from Aman Shrestha. He's asking, 2 years of experience as store person, any Dharma opportunities? How long do we need to work for that employer after sponsorship? Okay, so Aman, I'll mention this. So basically, store person is not available everywhere. I'll just quickly take a look for you because so from what I remember, Orana Dama used to have this, but I'll just quickly take a look just to make sure that we are giving the best options. So store person is very niche and very few Damas actually have it. So but obviously you could go for retail manager as well, but that depends if you were working as a retail manager or just a store assistant. So it comes down to that as well. So yeah, so it comes down to that. So when you look at store person in terms of Dama, there are three Damas available. One is Orana, as I mentioned, another is Northern Territory, and one is Kimberley Dama. Now Kimberley is like Western Australia, which is like gold mines and everything. So it's a very different location. So yeah, so that's one of the places you can do. With 2 years experience, you can apply for Dama, and it is possible, but you'll have to work for the employer for another 2 years before you can get the PR. So that's obviously gonna take a lot of time. But to be honest with you, right now you don't have to. If you can get a job as a store manager and you can apply as a retail manager for with 1 year experience, you can even get the 482 now, and you don't even need to go to like so far flung areas. You can stay in ideally in regional NSW, regional Victoria places, or you can even apply from Sydney as well. The only challenge is if you're applying with Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane with a retail manager, the company has to be a little specialized. It's preferable not to be going with a fuel station or something, right? Or a 7-Eleven store. So, but it depends. But you can still apply for it. You're still eligible. It's just going to be a little bit harder. So that's one thing. So and another question. So I think this for probably Rahul. You can take it. In July, is asking, will the NSW Pathway One open again in July? If yes, will the requirement be the same?
Yes, so as the new financial year will be starting from the 1st of July, so what will be happen after that? Every state will be slowly start announcing their requirements, and NSW is the one who always announce in around September or something. So around that time, the requirements might be same or it can change, which we can will be able to only tell at that time. But generally, like if you are planning to apply for a pathway one, so I would recommend you to go to the regional, start doing your job, because let's say if they open into the July, you won't be able to meet that 6 month requirement if you will start preparing for right now or you are already working in this field, so that will be, you can keep a hope for it.
Mm. I would just like to welcome Ishrat. I think there was some kind of technical difficulty she was facing. So she has joined for the very first time. So welcome, Ishrat. I would just like to know from you that considering that from Bangladeshi students, like which kind of queries you think you are receiving mostly nowadays?
ठीक चल रहा है.
I think I can't hear you. I can't hear her.
Can you hear me now?
Yep,
Yes.
we can.
Okay. Thank you, Gitanjali, and thank you, everyone. Actually, nowadays from Bangladeshi market, we are getting more inquiries regarding those already crossed their 35-year-old. So they are looking for any courses like Masters of Research, or can they do the another masters like that?
Mm-hmm.
And Masters of Social Work and Masters of Early Childhood is very popular nowadays.
Yeah. So for Masters of Research, yes, there are so many institutions who have come up with the options where they are providing like Masters of Business Research or Masters of IT research as well. Even I'm receiving so many of the queries in which the students have completed the masters already, and they are looking for some options which can help to develop their career in terms of the R&D as well. So Rahul, what is your say that do you think so it is a recommended pathway in case the student, it is a good progression, correct? If a student has completed masters and they are looking to go forward for the research program.
Yeah, definitely this will a good progress. Not only their visa chances will improve, but also like as they will be able to apply for the 485 as well if they are crossing 35 years of age. So that will be
Yeah.
a very good option for them. And if anyone in this situation, they should go for it.
Yeah,
And
and
I
I
think
think
fees is not also that high, as education team is already here. If you guys can explain a bit like where this course is available and how much is the fees and what's the we can offer as a APG to our clients.
yeah, so actually nowadays, considering the situation, of course, this is one of the course which is quietly in high demand from the students. So any student who has completed their masters, they are looking for their progression and in order to, get the visa further for the stay in Australia. In research, there are so many sectors available. The fees is also having a very average structure between 10 to 13 to 14,000 per semester, and various scholarships and payment plans are available for the students who are looking for their admission in these kind of programs. And at the top, what other benefits are that if they are taking this particular course, then they are getting the full-time work rights. At the same time, once they are completing this course, they are eligible for one extended year of TR as well. So any student who is going this kind of difficulty in which they are either crossing the age limit or maybe they have just completed the masters but they are not interested to go for the TR and they are looking for some kind of course options which can help them to develop their career more. Of course, this is one of the very famous pathway, and you can book our consultation, uh, one-on-one session, so that we can analyze the profile much more better and we can guide accordingly. So there is another question from someone named Ali. He is asking if IT is still a good
Uh,
occupation.
I think we have already answered this one. I think we got the same question from a different platform, so
Mm-hmm.
it's already been answered.
But even I will also like to add on for this IT that actually
Yeah.
even I have so many people who are into the IT profession. So of course IT is one of the very famous occupation in Australia, and there are so many years where we have noticed that yeah, Australia has been asking for these IT professionals to come and work for them. I think the only challenge is points which at times keep on fluctuating. So yeah, I think it depends like at what stage you are, and according to that we can take the decision. I think so many are the attributes which will play a very important role in order to understand whether it's a good option or not. So, Ishrat, what will you recommend nowadays? Like, which kind of courses you feel are you are getting the inquiry mostly of, and how is it going? You are not audible again.
Now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I already mentioned those who already completed 35 years old, they are mostly asking for the next pathway. And Masters of Social Work and Masters of Teaching, Early Childhood and Secondary, they are asking lots of pathway, what's their pathway next, and it will be in peer listed or it will lead their for getting peer next, like that. So nursing Also, it's very popular in our Bangladeshi market nowadays.
Mhm.
So people looking for the nursing courses and what will be their next pathway. And those don't have any nursing background, they can do the Masters of Nursing or not. What will be their next pathway with the nursing courses?
So
So if
Gitanjali,
you're, yeah,
sorry, I think yeah, you can continue. Yes.
no, you can ask Rahul.
So just asking, like, so just for everyone, like whoever is listening, so why people are ended up doing the Master of IT? So why they cannot do other courses? Like mostly people when they come here, they wanted to whoever wants to change their course. So they always comes for a query like I want to do social work, I want to do nursing, engineering. So but like I have seen as people ended up doing only some common courses, IT, cookery. So what are the challenges they face while at the time of the admission? Like so why they cannot go, not everyone can go for social work. Is the fees is really high or is there any other reasons, entry requirements and
I think that is a very good question, Rahul. Thank you so much for asking this. So, I will say that social work is one of those particular courses in which the academic requirements are very high.
yeah,
They are in a need because social work, we need to understand that as an occupation, it is kind of related to medical field.
yes,
You need to understand human psychology. You should understand about the attributes. How does a human behave? So that you can provide that kind of counseling or help in the case it's needed. So there are certain units that a provider expect, specifically if you are trying for the master's level of the course, students should already be aware of at the bachelor's level. If you students are not being able to go through those minimum 8 or 9 cognate units, in that scenario it is compulsory for the student to go through those prerequisites first, because
and
of
what
which
about
we
other courses like nursing, master of nursing and all, when
same,
their
because if
intake
you are,
is next? Yeah.
yeah, like nursing and social work, I think they are somehow related same, in which because you are coming from a medical field, it means you should have some kind of knowledge. The academic requirements are very high. So, and at the same time, seats availability with the providers are very limited, because in these kind of courses, providers are entitled to provide you the placements as well. So they need to also go through the guideline which are given to them through either AFRA or AASW in order to maintain the level of that particular course. So the seats are limited, academics requirements are high, and the zeal and the time needed or contribution needed from the students' perception as well is more. So I have noticed fees, to be honest, is not one of the biggest factor. Fees is still available at the various ranges depending upon whether you want to go for a high level uni or you are okay with the mediocre level providers or private providers as well. So I think academic requirement and the contribution of your time, and these are the factors which play most important role when they are trying to get admission in these kind of medical related professions.
And when like they do the same course, definitely the education level is it really a big difference when they do it from the master of IT from UTS when they do it with the lower provider? So how big is the difference? Like what they can expect when they are doing it from a smaller
See, of
providers?
course, if we are talking about big, high ranked universities, they have been given that kind of rank because they are being able to maintain that kind of level of the study and that kind of stature in different majors. But when we come about the outcome, so technically, as per me as a student, what I would like to see that if I am deciding to take admission in any XYZ institution, then which kind of exposure I will get while doing my study, because these are the courses where practical exposure is much more important rather than just trying to gulp the theoretical studies only. So we need to see that which kind of internship options are available. Doesn't matter whether we are going with a very high ranked uni or a mediocre level uni or private at provider, because that practical exposure is something which establish that particular platform for any student so that they can go further and do well in their career. And if we are talking about any profession, I think Australia is quite clear that they are looking for a very high skilled professionals. So in order to maintain the requisite points from the PR point of view as well, experience is nowadays playing a very key role. So I think these are the attributes which should be taken care of by the student if they are trying to finalize the admission in any of the institution. You
And
would
what
like
about
to
the,
add on something? Yeah.
sorry?
Ask.
Yes.
I was just asking Ishrat's like viewpoint. it if she thinks that she wants to add on something.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And another point is, in my point of view, because when people wants to go for the Masters of Social Work, don't have a previous background in social science or eight cognate background, so they had to take extra courses like graduate certificate or graduate diploma of human science. So it takes 6 month or 1 year program. So sometimes people don't want to go for this package program. They want to finish this course within 2 years durations. That's why sometimes people switch their decision.
Yeah, that also plays the role. So Rahul, I would also just like to ask you that nowadays, what do you think? Which kind of difficulties you think as an international student anyone is facing? Which kind of queries or which kind of a stress you, because you talk to the clients on a daily basis, which kind of issues you feel that international students are facing nowadays, and which kind of queries you are getting the most?
So generally, like when they first come, so they just want to, like, not all of them, but some of them really want to change their course. And apart from that, finding a job is a bit hard for them in the starting. And that's like, but gradually they find a job, finding a job, they settle with the work and everything. That's, but the queries we generally get, like the what should be studying. So when we my first preference is always, if they will listen to me, so like I always recommend to go with the trade courses, because trade courses are always been popular and it will be popular in the future as well. But the only thing about the trade courses is they will have to work in that field for minimum 1 year. Anyone who is working in their field, I never recommend to go to these other courses. If, like, let's say carpenter comes to me and he said like I'm working as a carpenter, I will always suggest them to do the same course only, like a certificate 3 in the carpentry and all, because it really helps them to get a PR. And later on, just after the PR, they can build up their career in this one as well. They can work as a independent sole trader. That's good in the whole sense. They don't need to be dependent on anything.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I also feel that.
So if anyone is listening, please feel free to ask any question. We will be live for another 20 minutes. So if you have anything coming up in your mind, don't be shy. You can ask any question. That's why we are here for.
Yeah, I think I have got one more question. It's someone, Mr. Sahil. He wants to understand that he is doing nowadays a bachelor's of business program. He is about to complete this particular course, but he wants to switch his career towards health sector. So he wants to go for master's of nursing program. So is it possible for him to get admission into master's of nursing program?
I think for that one, I think Ishrat or you will be
Yeah,
the best
Ishrat,
to tell him, just
can you?
get him enrolled into this course. But I want to add one thing, like that course, I think Master of Nursing won't be available until Feb. But the seats generally gets filled very fast.
Very
So
quickly,
whenever,
yeah. I
yeah.
think only one intake is available, which is in the month of September 2025 with one of the uni provider. But I think they are looking for the cognitive students only because they want the student to complete minimum 12 units, which are
Yeah.
related to biology, anatomy kind of units. Sorry, guys, I'm not from the medical field, so I might be wrong by taking the subject's name, but yes. So I think for a business background student in this year, there is no opportunity. But still, Ishrat, if you want to add on something else for Masters of Nursing.
Yes, anyone can switch their career after completing one bachelor to they can do the masters of nursing. For that, they need previously human anatomy course or biology course. So if they have, then few universities offering masters of nursing. Easily they can do, and they can be the registered nurse and can practice or can do their skill assessment, all these things.
Yeah. I got one more question. There is one student who wants to understand what is the difference between enrolled nurse and the registered nurse profession. Ishrat, if you can elaborate this, please.
So I can help. So
Yeah,
the thing
please,
is, like,
Rahul.
if you will do a diploma of nursing course, so you can become an enrolled nurse. The English requirement will be the same for you. So you will be working as a assistant of the registered nurse. And anyone who is doing a bachelor or master's, so whenever they will finish their study, they will become a registered nurse. So for the PR perspective as well, the first preference is always a registered nurse, and state by states enrolled nurses are also giving priority. So last time, this year, for this year, the enrolled nurse is sadly not a part of the NSW skill list, but in 2022 or 2023, number of people got the invitation for 119 491 as a enrolled nurse as well. But getting admission into enrolled nurse is pretty easy compared to the getting admission to the Bachelor of Nursing. If someone is from the known background, I would definitely advise them to be start with the diploma of nursing and do it package with Bachelor of Nursing. So later on you can become a registered nurse as well. If I have
Yeah.
missed anything, please guys or just
Yeah,
elaborate.
Ishrat, if you want to add on something in this.
So fees wise you can tell to the client and everything.
I think you are not audible, Ishrat.
Um,
Yeah,
I
now
think
now you are.
Rahul, okay, I think Rahul cover all this part and he is
But
expert on it.
so fees I think approximately for the diploma of enrolled nurse is around $25,000. It's available in all of the cities. General intakes are 3 times a year. For the Bachelor of Nursing, the multiple intakes are available Feb and July. But for the Master of Nursing is on the only course where the it's available for the Feb only, and admissions are starting opening around from July, September, October. And I have seen it in the past as well. Around November, the seats are almost full. So people, when they think it's too much time left, I will take admission, I will do it. They are the one who always miss the seat. So if anyone is interested to take admission to the nursing field, please contact with us right now. We can register your interest, and like whenever the seats will open, we will apply for your offer letter.
Yeah, there is another question. There is one person who wants to know that what do you think is going to be the future of early childhood educator? Because some students, I think I also keep on receiving these questions nowadays, with that considering that so many of the students are showing interest in this particular course. So is it going to be a bit risky to keep on studying in this course, or they should look for some other option? So what will be your say on this, Rahul?
So which course,
I
Geeta?
think you can tell better. Early childhood education.
I think whoever is just doing it and are about to finish, they will be in a good position, and as long as they can get eight each, and the needs of the early childhood teachers will not going to be finished as the country population is growing, and then childcare centers are opening in all of number of suburbs. There are the childcare center. There childcare workers are already working, but yes, competition for the points perspective will be higher, but not for it's not going to be finished for the forever, because like these are the occupation will always be in demand. So right now, like in the last invitation round for 189, they invited on the 70 points. So in future, yes, it can go up to 75, 80, 85. As long as you can score the 8 each, you will be able to secure your seat.
That's good. And there are some students who want to know that do you think so it is better for them to go for secondary teaching?
Yes, so second, definitely. But one thing everyone should understand, so when you are doing a graduate diploma of early childhood compared to the graduate diploma of secondary school teaching, doing a graduate diploma of early childhood is very easy, because when you go for a placement, you are going to a childcare center generally, and there you do not, yes, you might have to change the nappies, you might have to do some other works or the paperwork as well, but it's not that difficult and people manage to do it. But when it comes to the placement for a graduate diploma of secondary school teacher, you will need to go to a secondary school where you will meet some good Aussie kids who can ask you some tough questions, and then placement perspective you will find it a bit difficult. But yes, if you are able to finish this course, chances of getting for the PR will be very very good, because secondary teachers are always
Yeah,
favorites compared
that's
to the
true.
early childhood teachers.
So guys, we are live for I
So
think another
as
10
Geeta,
minutes.
just so graduate diploma secondary school teaching, as so where this course is available right now? Like I think this is the course we just started. We have made a video on this as well. We
Yes,
few
that's
times,
true.
yeah.
That same like graduate diploma of early childhood teaching, there are some universities who are offering graduate diploma in secondary teaching as well. For the students who are on 485, they are having this opportunity that they can do this course online. On the other hand, there is opportunity that if you are on a student visa as well and you want to change to graduate diploma of secondary teaching leading to masters of secondary teaching, that option is also available. And if you want to go directly for the masters, then also. The only thing I think we need to understand while choosing between early childhood and the secondary is that in secondary teaching for the skill assessment is still the English requirements are same. It means once you are completing your course, after completion of that, if you have completed 4 years of study in Australia, then fine. But if you haven't, then you would have to go for the IELTS academics with the 7788 requirement. I think that is the only thing
Yes,
we need to tell to
but
the
for the
student. They should be aware.
bachelor students, they can get an exemption. So if
Yeah.
anyone is already has a 3 years of a Australian study, such as a bachelor's of
Yes.
early or any bachelor's basically, and they can be get exempt from this condition. Apart from that, anyone who is doing this course, they will have to go through a IELTS test, and it will be IELTS. It will not be a PT, and there will be no exemption of the English condition if you do not have a 4 years of Australian study.
So, I would like to know from both of you, like from Ishrat and Rahul, your point of view that what will be your say for the course community service? You know, nowadays these are the 4 5 courses which everyone is talking about, like social work, teaching, nursing, community service, IT. So, what will be your say for community service from all the perception?
Bachelor of community service is also a good course. So like let's say you have a two option, so you can do start from a diploma of community service, but on the other hand, you won't be able to apply for a 485 because it's a short term occupation. And like let's say if your course is leading to the bachelor of community service, that time you will be able to apply for the 485 as well. uh, Assessment perspective, either you do a diploma of community service, you will get the same assessment. If you do the bachelor of community service, the assessment will be the same. So if anyone is doing it, my advice will them to do diploma leading to bachelors or do bachelors of community service as well, because sometimes there are the other factors as well where work experience points, age points, and all of that. If somebody is a bachelor student, he can do bachelors to bachelors. So for the PR perspective, it's also a good course. They are getting invitation around 85 to 90 points.
Mm-hmm.
The few of our clients have got invitation in this occupation as well in the past.
Yeah. Uh, what you want to add on something for community service, Ishrat?
Mm, yes, because Rahul said the Bachelor of Community Service still they can do and they have good opportunities. And I want to add mm, uh, if they want to finish this course bachelor in 4 years 3 years, so after that if it's not in the skill assessment list, they can do the masters of social work as well, because
But
it
it
will
will
help
be
to get them.
Ishrat, it will always be into the list. So like yes, it's all into the
Hmm.
short term occupation list, but yes, demand of the community workers in Australia is also increasing. So rest be assured that this will be into a list, part of the list. And
Then
for
there is no
people,
doubt.
yes.
Yeah, coming from Rahul, I think yes, because he has a greater insight from
Mm,
migration point of view. So yes. So apart
So
from the, yeah, tell me,
do
Rahul.
are do we have any other questions? Or
Till now,
so
no,
I
I
would
was
like
just
to.
checking that only.
If
Yeah.
not, so like I want to ask, why don't the education team introduce some new courses for the people? I think people are sick with this old trade courses, same on the social work, early childhood, secondary school teacher. Like yes, we have just recently got this new course, graduate diploma of secondary school teacher. But what about any
Mm-hmm.
other courses which like such as a baker, uh, that kind of a courses? I think if we
I
can,
will
because
say,
people because when people come for the consultation, they are already aware of these kind of options. So
See, I will say that we would have to see that in Australia, somewhere education is intertwined with migration. So the kind of
yeah,
pattern we see during the invitation rounds, I think that is a very common thing that those kind of courses comes into the limelight. It's not like that these are the only 4 or 5 pathways. There are so many other
yeah.
niche occupations as well. Physiotherapy
But
is good, occupational therapy
why,
is good.
Gita, I know like why these are because there doesn't you don't require a work experience. So that's why people know like if they are not able to find a job, at least they can get a skill assessment. That's why these courses are really popular among people. But if like anything comes new comes out fresh, so that will be good for the clients, I think.
I
And
wish,
But
I wish.
nowadays,
as of now, there is nothing much. If but yes, they are getting a skill assessment. Like you have another options also available. If you are working into any field, you can consult with us. We can see like if we can help you to get any skill assessment. And that time, if your occupation is bit unique, so you might be get invitation.
Yeah, you were saying something,
mm,
Ishrat?
nowadays actually, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Okay, so nowadays another course is very popular, getting very popular actually. It's laboratory medicine. Those
Yes.
have yes, so we are getting more lots of inquiries regarding this subject. So Rahul, can you please add what
But
is
when
their
we will tell about
career?
how much will be the fees for this course.
I think it will be average. It will be at times because various scholarship, it is difficult to tell because sometimes university defines the scholarship on the basis of nationality if they are looking for diversity. At times, the scholarships are allocated to the students on the basis of the GPA they have scored. So, depending upon the scholarship, the students will be eligible for. I think the fees range will be somewhere 12 to 15,000 per semester, and
And
it
this
is one
duration
of
of
the
the
course
course
which
will
is
be
solid
3 years or
slowly
two.
2 years because it is generally available at the master's level. So masters
Yeah.
of laboratory science is one of the quite famous course. I have also noticing that the demand for this particular course is increasing, and I think that is the reason some of the university are slowly bringing up this course into the metropolitan cities like Sydney, Melbourne as well. I think initially it used to be available only in the very restricted regional areas. So yeah, that is slowly catching the eye as well. Good
So
course
there
added,
is
Ishrat. You fulfill
yeah.
demand of Rahul. Something new.
Hi guys, please ask some questions so then we will be able to because this is the time like when you can send your question and you are get answered like in your own comfort way. Maybe you are sitting in a train, maybe you are just sitting at home enjoying your evening tea, and then this is the time you can ask. You don't need to come to the office as well to be asking you questions. So please send your questions. So we have education team available over here. So
So, what will be your say, Rahul, for physiotherapy and occupational therapy kind of occupations?
these are the good occupation, but the only thing like they will require like a work experience after doing that course. So that's why the internet this is not very popular in between the international students because
Mm-hmm.
generally they are working into a different fields and then they are not able to find the job. So that's why. And if they
Yeah, you were saying something?
no, I'm
Yeah. So there is another common question that I keep on receiving from the student that is it considering the current circumstances, we know that education and migration somehow get intertwined with each other and in Australia, that should they continue their study by being in Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane because these are quite famous destination among the students, or it is wise decision for them to move to the regional areas? What will you
studying in
say?
the regional area is always good. Like if you will be studying from because the where it makes a difference. Firstly, you will get a additional TR that can be for 1 year or 2 year depends on the postcode where you are living and studying. Other thing is just like NSW is also giving the priority to their graduates, so they have introduced a graduate pathway last in this financial year as well. So if somebody has studied from the Newcastle or Wollongong or anywhere in the regional NSW, they can directly apply for the 491. They do not need to wait for the invitation. Secondly, on other states such as Western Australia Tasmania, Darwin, they always give the priority to their graduates. So if you are able to move to any outer regional or regional area, studying into the regional area will always help you.
Okay, I have got one question from someone, Barshlin, but I think I am not being able to see the entire question. She's asking something in regards to Adelaide. If I'm not wrong, maybe she just wants to understand that is it a good idea to keep on studying from Adelaide? I hope I'm
For
speculating the
that
right
one,
because she hasn't mentioned the entire question.
because South Australia also give preference to their graduates, but the thing with the South Australia, even you are studying from there, you will have to work into your own field or six months at least.
Mm-hmm. And what will be your say for Perth? Am I
For
audible?
Western Australia, yes. For Western Australia, like if you are studying over there and you are studying specifically the construction courses, so you can expect an invitation from the Western Australia. And studying in Western Australia is also good because the whole city is also a regional area. So even you are studying into the regional area and you are settled over there, they give the notation on the basis of the ranking. So like let's say first they prefer their graduates into the higher education sector, then they prefer into the graduates for their vocational sector, then they invite people who are living over there, and then they come to the other people anywhere, whoever is from Australia or offshore. Generally these people are the one who got invitation, so other people never get their turns for their invitations. So if you are studying from the Western Australia, any course, even you are doing IT over there as well, so you can still get a benefit of their graduate pathway.
Yeah, I think Barshlin is saying that question is above. I think I have missed that. If you can retype, I'm so sorry, Barshlin. But by that time, I would just move forward to double check if we have any question which is unanswered. I think it's going fine. So, guys, still, if you think that there is something which we haven't covered today, so just feel free to drop your queries on our details, which keeps on popping on the screen. And I think we are live every Thursday. Generally, yes, we used to come at the lunch hours, which is 12:30 to 1:30, but we have shifted our time. So next week as well, we will be available at the same time. And if you think there is anything, just feel free to drop your questions. If you want to visit our offices, then we are available right now in NSW in two locations. One is in Town Hall, another one is in Parramatta. So just feel free to come and discuss in detail your queries. You would like to add on something, Ishrat and Rahul?
I think that's all for today if there is no other questions. So as we are still giving the free consultation, if somebody is living around Parramatta or Sydney, please feel free to visit our office and then you can get you can avail this free consultation offer as well. So have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, and at the same time, I would just like to add on, guys, that there is a slight shift into our address, into our city office. So we will be available on level 6 of 447 Kent Street rather than being on available level 14. We are in a process of shifting. Once we settle down, I think we will update everyone with the new address soon. And at the same time, we will be coming up with the expo for all the international students so that you can get an opportunity to discuss all your queries directly with the education providers. So mostly most of the famous international education providers will be in house. So you have a very big opportunity where you can drop into the office, you can discuss whatever you want to in regards to your ongoing applications or maybe in future whatever you're planning to. And we will be sharing the details for this particular day and time for this educational expo as well very soon. By that time, weekend is coming. So enjoy the vibes and stay safe at home. See you next Thursday again. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.